Alright guys, you will not see me featured in this video, at least not my face anyway. I figured what I would do today is make a really quick kind of video, hopefully, just kind of detailing what's in my makeup collection. This is just a very small portion of what's in my collection that you see in front of you. These two makeup towers that you see are the first two storage containers that I bought, and they were quickly overfilled, and then I had to buy a larger, stand to hold my makeup. So I'm just going to briefly go through what's in those before we move on to the major storage area. I did buy those two towers off of Amazon, and I want to say they were roughly $30 a piece. If you look here, first you're going to see brushes. This is just some of my brushes, eye brushes, complexion and face brushes, and there's some overflow back there. In this particular stand, I have some more brushes up top. We've got all of my Urban Decay lipsticks up top as well, some random stuff sitting up here. This top drawer is all concealers. This is something I'm gonna have to declutter just because a lot of this stuff does not get used on a daily basis. I mean, a lot of it does, but there's a good bit of stuff in here that does not. So I'm going to make a separate video where I declutter a lot of this. So stay tuned for that one. Okay, so the next drawer in this tower has all of my pigments from NYX. These are fantastic. I really like these a lot. I bought a few and then went a little happy and bought a few more, just because I like them so much. I have a few of the cream shadows from Maybelline that I bought on sale. ColourPop, Super Shock eyeshadow, more ColourPop, and more ColourPop. That's their Jelly Much shadows. And I think this is like a cream eyeliner. Okay, moving on down, we have a couple more pigments, and these are ColourPop pigments. We have their Jelly Much eyeshadow here. This one is from Smolder Cosmetics. It's one I haven't actually used yet, but I'm going to. This one is a BH Cosmetics liquid eyeshadow, or a topper. And here we have e.l.f. We have a shadow stick from Mally Beauty, and then on the bottom, this was from my most recent BoxyCharm. That's from Ciate London. Now the next drawer. This one is full of ColourPop Super Shock shadows. We've got a couple of the Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows. These are absolutely stunning. They're beautiful. We have a couple of the J-Cat Beauty pigments in here. I have one of the Ulta Beauty foiled eyeshadows. And then I also have one from MAC. This is one of their Dazzle shadows, I believe. Yes. Alright, moving down a little bit farther. These are all my brow products. Well, most of my brow products. We have just all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to go through all this stuff. I've got my Iconic London eyebrow cushion. Got my Highbrow from Benefit, my Precisely My Brow from Benefit. There's just a lot of goodies in this one. It really needs decluttered though. Alright, the next drawer, this one's fun. This has all my Suva Beauty Hydro Liners in it. Honestly, these are such great liners, and I don't use them, ever. So I really want to get some use out of these this summer, whether it be with, fun neon looks, or even if I do, I don't know, other people's makeup or whatever. I really do want to start using these because they are incredible liners. Alright, next down is colored eyeliners. There's quite a few in here. I could probably stand to go through this one as well. So at some point we're going to do that. Alrighty, finally in this tower is black eyeliners, and this one most certainly needs to be gone through. There's probably a good bit in here that's expired. And for a while I was receiving a lot of black eyeliners through different beauty subscription services, like this one, for instance, I got from Allure. You know, you could tell this is like trial size. There's just a lot. This needs to be gone through. And I really don't wear black eyeliner that often. Okay, so up top we have up here we have ColourPop lipsticks. These are their Luxe lipsticks. It's a really great formula. I really like those. We've got some of the Jeffree Star. I've got some of the Too Faced, like their peach line. Those are wonderful. I really like the formula. We've got a bunch of lippies up here. I'm not going to go through all those. We've got a bunch of lip liners. This is where I keep all my Q-tips. Use a lot of those. In this drawer, I've got Lipstick Queen makes really good lipsticks. If you guys haven't tried those, they're a little pricey, but they're really good. We got a couple of like trial sizes. We got some NARS. NARS makes really good lip pencils. Down here is all Ofra. Ofra has one of the best liquid lip formulas in my opinion. This one is all ColourPop lippy sticks. These are also pretty fantastic. They've got such a wide shade range. I've got quite a few of those. If you move over here, this is all like bracelets and earrings. This is lip scrubs. I've got my Laneige lip mask, a couple of glosses, and then I've got my lip liner from Urban Decay. All right, next one. We've got some more trial sizes. I do get a lot of these because of subscription services. And of course, you know, I was ordering a lot of makeup at one point, so I would get a lot of gift with purchases. I'm not receiving much of those anymore, which is fine. Don't need any more at the moment. Below that, we have some glosses. We've got quite a few in there. This is just some of the lips. I've got a drawer of lips as well. In here I've got my Bare Minerals. Their Gen Nude formula, which is like my all-time favorite liquid lipstick formula. It's great. Kylie also has a really good liquid lip formula. This is their Velvet Liquid Lip. Moving down to the next drawer, I've got a lot of the Bite Beauty minis. Bite Beauty has a really good lipstick formula. I really like that. We've got one of the MAC matte lipsticks. Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, the Color Splash lipsticks. These are one of my favorites. Tom Ford, NARS, Makeup Forever. Again, lots of little samples. This has more samples and then like lip pencils. All right, and then moving down a little bit further, we've got some of my e.l.f. like exfoliators. These are really good if you have like dry skin on your lips. You're trying to get the little patches of dry skin off. These are just like, I don't know, it's got like sugar crystals in them. They're really good. So this drawer, this has got a bunch of eyeshadow primers in it. I also have my NYX mixing medium. If you guys struggle to keep like glitter on your lids or even pigments on your lids, try this multitasker mixing medium. It is wonderful. And then this one, this just tells you how much like samples I get. This one is full of perfume samples. Kind of crazy. Okay, and then if I'm moving over here to this little like plastic drawer, I've just got some extra lips in here. Stuff that I really don't wear that often. That's why it's sitting over here. I've got some of my travel-sized fragrances. And that's about it for there. So looking over here, this is foundations. It's a lot. It's overwhelming. I'm not going to go through all the different foundations because it would take too long, but you can see the situation. Not really buying that many foundations these days. I don't need to. Okay, so moving on to the stand. As you can see on top, we've got some eyeshadow palettes that either wouldn't fit in the drawers, like the stuff over here, and then this stuff is stuff that I use on a regular, or stuff that I haven't used and I want to. And we're going to move down to the drawers now. So this top drawer, we have primers. And too many of them. I really need to declutter this area badly. There's a lot of samples in here because of like the beauty subscription services that I received, but there's also a lot of full sizes in here. Like I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot in here. Stuff that I haven't even had a chance to use yet. I don't think any one person needs like 100 primers. Okay, so moving down to the next drawer. This drawer is like sponges and brushes. Okay, so moving on down to the next drawer. This one's got some like odds and end type stuff in here. Got like a shadow switch. There's some containers for mixing foundations. I've got several foundations in here that I just either haven't tried yet or stuff that I don't use very often. There's like some samples of BB creams, some mixing pigments, and some doubles back here of stuff that I already have full-size versions of. This is like my setting powders and my powder foundations. Again, I am going to be decluttering this stuff here really soon because there's a lot of stuff in here that I just don't use. Some stuff that just needs to go bye-byes because it sucks. Alright, this next drawer is bronzers or contour powders. In the back, I've got some of my like face palettes, like my Jouer Duo bronzer. I've got my Smashbox face palette, my Urban Decay Naked Shapeshifter, and then we have single bronzers down here. Alright, with the next drawer, I've got blush. And this has a bunch of singles up front, and then towards the back I've got some of my palettes. I've got my Ambient Lighting Volume Edit 4, I've got my Jouer palette, and then my Benefit Blush Bar. And then below that, this drawer is out of control. This is all highlighters. I've got my liquid highlighters, and then we've got a bunch of singles. Goes all the way to the back there. I also have a bunch of highlighting palettes somewhere that need to be gone through. And then moving on down here, this has eyelashes, which I don't use, but I've got plenty of. And then I've got a bunch of brow products up here that I still have to try. And then underneath of that stuff is a bunch of mascaras. I've got like my everyday type of mascaras here, and then there's a bunch of like trial sizes and deluxe sizes over here that I haven't tried yet. So moving on down to the next drawer is a bunch of lip products. This is overflow from whatever I couldn't fit into my tower over there. A lot of this stuff is stuff I don't use like on a day-to-day basis. If I'm doing a particular look and I need something, I might reach in here for that particular color. But for the most part, a lot of this stuff just does not get used. And then the last drawer on this side, this is all like samples that I've received that I need to try. Most of it is like, you know, the little samples that you get when you buy certain things. And then I have some deluxe size stuff down here as well. Alright, and then eyeshadow palettes. This is going to be a crazy amount of eyeshadow palettes, so I'm not going to go through each drawer. I'm just going to kind of show you like a little glimpse into what the drawer looks like. Oh my god, that's heavy. So in here I've got most of my Juvia's Place palettes, and then underneath of that I've got all my Morphe palettes. Whoops. I've got all my Morphe palettes, some Kylie, some Huda Beauty, and others. And then this drawer has most of my ColourPop up here. I got some more Morphe chilling. I've got my Pat McGrath palettes in here as well. Over here, I've got my Too Faced palettes, my Be Perfect Carnival palette, some Urban Decay, Lime Crime. You get the idea. I think on the bottom I've got a couple of Profusion palettes. I do want to make a video that goes through my palette collection because that's something that also needs decluttered. Alrighty, next drawer. I've got a lot of BH Cosmetics in this one. They're ones I really don't use that often, but I've got quite a few. I've got Violet Voss, a couple of her palettes, Dose of Colors. Let's see, what else is in here? Tarte, Pure. And then down here, for the most part, I've got all my, like my dupe brands. So I've got Face Candy, I've got Bad Habit. I've got my Ace Beauty palettes in here. What else is in here? Other random stuff. There's some other oddball palettes in here, like, what is this? Wet n Wild. I think I've got some NYX palettes in here. I think I have one from Pacifica. And then my very bottom drawer, I don't know if you guys see these things here. This means that I'll be doing other people's makeup, hopefully in the near future. I'd like to start doing that in my spare time. Something I've really wanted to do for quite a while now, and I just haven't started doing it yet. But I did buy some disposable applicators. I've got like single eyeshadows down here that I haven't used yet. Some mixing stuff for foundations. And then I've got a bunch of face palettes, like highlighting palettes, that I need to go through. And that's about it, guys. That about wraps it up for my makeup collection. I know it's quite out of control. And like I said, I will be doing a declutter video really soon. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button and make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That way you are notified every time I upload. And I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.